What are we celebrating?
We're celebrating a big moment.
Is there cake?
Oh, I should have brought cake. I didn't think about that. Do these kind of addiction circles bring cake? Is that allowed?
Yeah, on birthdays, any reason really. What's the celebration?
It's been at least 2 weeks since I bought a watch.
I'm not going to celebrate that with you.
Oh, why not?
I'm not that kind of friend.
No, but this is the place where we stop each other. We're meant to help each other out of watch addictions.
Okay, I'll give you a well done. Well done,
Badge?
AJ.
2 weeks sober? No? Nothing.
I don't want to over-egg it on. Well done for not buying a watch.
Yeah, that's what we're doing here.
I live the pace of purchases through you. I need you to buy watches faster because I've got other life pressures, kids that take watch buying away from me.
Yes, yeah, okay. So basically what you're saying is if I don't, you will.
That's the potential danger.
Okay, fair. Do you want to let them know who you are and what your problems are?
I think on that note, I should.
Yeah.
Hi, my name's Pete. And I'm here today because I'm a watch addict.
It's true.
Just like you.
Dirty people.
We listen, we don't judge. This is a safe place. Welcome.
A little bit of judgment.
We meet up maybe once a week. And you are in the right place to unburden yourself with your watch problems, as am I here with AJ.
Yeah.
AJ, please introduce yourself.
Hello, everybody. My name's AJ. I am a watch addict. It's been 2 weeks since the last time I bought a watch.
We're not celebrating that.
And I'm disappointed that I don't get a badge or a little hat. No party. 2 weeks sober, I think, is a monumental achievement. But I'm here to unburden myself from my watch addiction and my problems. I know I'm a dirty, dirty person. I stalk the sales. I'm addicted to eBay. I love going into jewelers and just teasing the salespeople just so I can try watches on.
This is a hard show for me because already my palms are sweating.
Knees weak, arms heavy.
Yes.
Before we get to your real problem right now, I want to know what you're wearing and how's your week in watches been?
Oh, AJ, I don't want to go into the week of watches.
Okay, we'll get to it.
It's too much. Yeah. On the wrist is the Tag Heuer Aqua Racer.
I have to say, you've got a lot of nice watches. And that is a nice watch. But it's the watch you wear the most. You like, that's attached to you.
I don't want to sound like a total prick. But
it's too late. We're already here.
But, which is where you always say is the punctuation point. Yeah. Everything after but is the truth.
Yes.
I wear this as my beater.
Your beater?
It's my kind of go-to.
Oh, so you're worried you sound like a snob.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to go a different direction with that.
No.
Okay.
I love that you clearly don't judge that.
No, I don't at all. So I'm worse.
Yeah. And that's good. That's fine. So I'm in good company.
Yeah.
The Tag is a kind of, I'll tell you why it's a beater first of all, so I don't sound like a prick.
Yeah.
It's a quartz.
Yes.
And although that might sound dirty to some, it's so practical for me. So I had problems with the Breitling movement after using it too much on the motorbike.
Yeah, that can happen.
It's an
expensive service to fix.
It's an expensive service, right? So then I thought, right, I'm not going to ride unless it's with a quartz watch. Use the Aqua Racer all the time on the motorbike. No issues, obviously, because it's quartz movement. A lot less to go wrong.
Yeah.
But also, if you're gardening, if you're doing anything bulky, if you're shocking, like shoveling, I'm trying to think of excuses here.
Lots of wrist action movements.
Anything that's heavy,
vigorous,
intense wrist action, a quartz is going to do better than
what I like to do in these episodes is punctuate moments where I think, we should do a future episode on that. And I think there's definitely a whole one about like the value of quartz watches.
Yeah.
Because I think in this weird watch addiction that we all have, we all love mechanical and automatic watches. We've all got a real obsession with them because of the beauty and the engineering involved in that micro machine on your wrist. But there's such a valuable place and a valid place for decent quartz watches. And you're kind of highlighting a really good example of that. But there's loads more reasons why you'd want...
Yeah.
I think I've got a tag, a quartz tag, and I love putting it on. And do you know one of the reasons I love putting it on?
Because you're lazy.
Yes.
And that's fine too.
No, it's 100% that. I can't be bothered to set it. Yeah. It's like, just put it on. Oh, it's set.
Get a watch winder.
Oh,
Okay, I'm taking it away from you. That's okay.
It's valid.
You didn't judge me. I'm not going to judge.
I'm lazy,
fine, yeah.
and so there's times where I don't pick my watch based on my energy levels, but sometimes I just pick that out because I know I'm not going to have to set it.
Yeah, it's good to go.
This is true.
Good to go. 31-day month, we're fine.
Yeah. I don't even look at the date. Don't worry about it.
Oh, right. And do you know what? I have got to a preference now where I'd rather not have a date on a dial.
Oh man, so much. I agree with that so much. Sometimes it's lovely, and the added complication is cool. It's a nice thing to have in your collection because it is a complication. And sometimes it fits the watch, but there's a lot of times where I feel like it dirties the dial. It makes it lopsided. It ruins the aesthetic. It can ruin the aesthetic on a lot of watches.
Yeah.
But like all our watch rules, I'm constantly breaking them.
Exactly. It's not a thing. I just made it up in a moment.
If you were to ask me about like cyclopses on dates, like magnifiers, I hate them. I think it's horrible. I think it ruins the sapphire. Yet that Breitling that I'm obsessed with, the Top Time B31.
Thanks for asking.
Thanks for asking, everybody.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. Oh, right, okay. That's got a cyclops.
And you're okay with it?
Didn't bother me at all.
Stupid watch rule.
Broke it. Watch rule.
So yeah, Aqua Racer on a bracelet. It's
Love
got
it.
the diver extension, nice and easy, perfect for this time of year where it's getting a
Super
little bit
comfortable
hot.
as well.
Yeah, and it's a big boy.
Yeah.
I think it's 45.
It looks big.
But yeah, it's tasty. I like it. It's got everything that's beautiful at a glance, quick, legible.
And do you know what? It looks like looks like a watch lover's watch as well. It's imposing on the bracelet. It gives a real wrist presence. You can't knock it.
I should ask AJ. I don't want to because you never know. You open up Pandora's box. AJ, what are you wearing?
I'm wearing my Oris Aquis Clipperton edition.
Yeah, of course, because you couldn't just have a normal one.
I actually got this from fellow watch addict and viewer brother named Matt. We're brothers now in this circle and sisters. It's like a fraternity.
You have a way of turning the viewers and abusing them.
No,
Well, let me just back
I think
this up.
they're my enablers.
Viewer name Matt.
Viewer named Matt.
I'm thinking of selling my Oris.
Yes.
I'll buy your Oris.
Yes.
Okay. Viewer name Pork.
Yes.
I'm thinking of selling my
Black base ceramic blue.
Tudor.
Oh, I've actually got two of viewer named Pork.
Viewer named Rob. I think I abused him.
You abused?
Yeah, no.
It's that watch that you're wearing.
No. So, I was sure you were guilty of something, but I remembered it was me.
So I don't hide it. End of every episode. If you bought the wrong watch, let me know, and I'll probably buy it off you. I mean, it's there. The Oris Aquis is a kind of iconic, cool, beautiful kind of entry Swiss watch anyway. The Clipperton edition, I mean, does it add anything? There's only 2,000 of them. I've always say don't buy a watch based on its supposed limited numbers. It's not a thing, but it is beautiful. It's got the dial is the thing that gets me. That blue dial, just the way it catches the light. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's got a lovely colour burst.
Do you want to know the most hilarious thing that you grow to love about this watch with it on the leather strap?
Go on.
Smell my wrist. On the rubber strap, sorry, I should say.
Yeah, it's like ice cream or something.
Yeah, the rubber's infused with vanilla.
That's so gay.
Which, if you saw it on paper, you'd say that's so what an over the top nonsense. But honestly, especially when it's hot during the day, you just get this odd like little whiff of vanilla. Like,
is that a thing? Is it?
It keeps
That's
catching
so
you,
weird.
and you're like, oh, this watch is so nice to wear.
It smells like some kind of subtle soap.
A little bit. It's vanilla. But yeah, so the rubber's infused with vanilla. But for me, it's the dial. The dial gets me every time. The way it catches the light, the kind of gradient and the hue, and the polish to the indices as well. There's a lot of texture and depth to it.
AJ,
Hello.
I've got a real problem, and I'm fed up of hearing about your problem. I need to unburden myself.
Okay, you can unburden yourself. What's your problem?
Okay, look, it goes pretty deep. So sometimes we go, it's not that deep. This is deep, right? And I know that they'll know, and I think that you'll know. And I need to share. I'm working towards a life goal.
Right. Okay. What like retirement?
Kind of. You could say it's towards retirement.
Yeah.
You know, oh, what if everything goes wrong? I need an Amiga in my life.
And that's a good life goal. I think we can all agree it's a good life. Any particular Amiga?
Right. I want the Seamaster.
Yes. Good choice.
There is the Speedmaster, which everyone's, oh, that's my grail watch. Good for you.
Yeah.
I really want a Seamaster.
Yeah.
Maybe later on, I want a Speedmaster. But right now, it's the Seamaster. That's what I'm kind of going, not because it's grail, it's just, I just need it.
Yeah. It doesn't need any rationale. It's
Thank
just
you.
a beautiful watch. I'm guessing you want a black wave dial
Correct.
Pro Diver. Yeah.
I'm focused on that. I'm working towards it. It will come. But along the road are, you imagine one of those really basic platform games where all of a sudden there's a hurdle, jump the hurdle. Then there's a hedge, jump the hedge. Then there's a woman pushing a wheelie bin out in the street, wheelie over the wheelie bin.
Wow.
Right. That's what it's like. But those obstacles are, oh, look at the Tudor Black Bay Pro. And I think, oh, I need that.
This
And
is
I get interrupted.
This is a much deeper problem we can all associate with, and that is like waiting for. Grail's a weird word, but like when you've got a target in your mind, I want this watch. I'm gonna save up and get this special watch.
Yeah.
I think all us watch addicts have this problem of along the way, how many distractions can you avoid?
Yeah. So the lady with the wheelie bin, do you want to know what that hurdle was?
Yeah, what was that?
That was the kids wanting to go to the French Alps on a ski trip.
It's such a middle class problem.
Yeah. It's a middle class problem, but
really is.
they can all relate. Oh, the kids want to go on a ski trip. What? A holiday with the school? When do I go? Right. So that was the one hurdle. And all of these things.
Yeah.
Oh, now they want to go and watch Coldplay. You're going to go to an arena and spend my watch money on that? Okay, no, go and enjoy it.
Yeah.
But AJ, all of these little hurdles that come in between, they just put it further off in the distance, and the Amiga's still there. It's just there. I'll get there. And then, do you know what happens? The amount of money that I shouldn't say filtered. Oh, I can joke. I'm only joking when I say I filtered some money to one side for a watch fund. Right, I'm not joking.
You're not joking.
Right.
Hiding money.
So there's the little watch fund.
Yeah.
And it builds and it builds and it builds. And then the evil that is eBay throws up a suggestion to me. How do you like half price Tag Heuer Formula One?
See that's the hurdles that I was thought that we were going to talk about. Is how many of those problems come up? Your middle class ski trips, you can.
Oh no!
I don't have kids, so I don't have those problems.
They're there. They're there. I'm just telling you. They're the other things. Life gets in the way.
Yeah.
Watches get in the way. And I'm like, well, I do really like the Formula One, but
I don't know
thanks
how
for showing me that. But I'm actually working towards the Amiga. Over
I don't
there.
know how to properly help you on this because
I need help, please.
No,
AJ.
and I think it's something we all struggle with as watch addicts because I don't know the answer myself. Because
Am I in the wrong group? I came here for answers.
No, there's no answers here.
I want the truth.
Because there's watches of a similar ilk that I'm like, oh, do you know what? I really want that now. That's the thing, and it's a chunky watch, so I'm going to save up for it. And I'm so guilty of getting distracted with deals, going to an event and seeing a watch I really love, or going to a jeweler's and then, oh, but this one's actually in the sale right now, and getting distracted, and you move away from the target. But the other thing is that target will be amazing when you get it. But does it fulfill you as much as the others?
No,
Who knows?
In my head, I lie down at night, and it's like
Does this keep you awake?
it not really keeps me awake. I feel like I'm sleeping, but I'm not sure if it's a wake state or a sleep state. And there is Daniel Craig, and he's saying to me,
Daniel Craig comes in your dreams.
yeah, Daniel Craig, and he says to me, now's the time to buy. And I'm like,
Wow.
What was that? It's kind of dreamy. Is that the name of one of your films?
You could look like James Bond.
Yeah.
I could be James Bond.
Yeah. But it's like, did I hear
Yeah.
No Time to Die or whatever the title was?
Yeah.
Right? Is he telling me
That you're the next James Bond?
Like the voice of God,
Yes.
James Bond,
Yes.
like the voice of God, is he telling me it's time to buy?
Do you think that
buy.
if you get the Amiga, you will be the next James Bond? Because they're still looking.
I don't want to ruin the surprise of what's coming with James Bond. And, I won't be dropping spoilers on the show here.
Oh.
I'm
But
just
you're
gonna
not
leave it at
denying the
that.
rumours that...
I don't want it to come from Watch Addicts Anonymous. So I'm not going to.
Right, no,
Right.
it seems reasonable not to deny the
But
rumours.
what I'm saying to you is I heard a voice. Some people say they had the calling.
Yes. Yeah.
And it said, now's the time to buy. And I was like, wow, I'm so confused. I know I have to share it with you. I need to unburden myself. I'm working towards the Amiga. And so I brought this along. Now, have you ever seen like the Freemasons briefcase?
I have, yes.
This is the Watch Addicts iPad.
Shame you don't have gloves on, really.
Look, this is as far as I've prepared. So I just want to share it with you because I'm like, do you know what?
This sickness has got
is
deep.
good. And we can share it on the screen or do something. Right?
No, we can't,
Okay.
no.
Okay, there. Look at this.
All right, Pete is
That's-
showing, for the listeners, because this is obviously a very selfish thing that Pete's done right now.
Sorry.
He's showing me. For the listeners, Pete is showing me a Tag Formula One black dial on a bracelet, new from a jeweller's at 785. I'll put a link to it below the video so people can...
Don't link to it.
Well,
if
just
you
in
link
case
to
they
it,
want to see it.
No, because then somebody will buy it.
It's a
and then it
great
won't
deal.
be
Maybe they
available.
want to see it too. No?
Why would you link to it? Now
Just-
you've put the pressure on me because then I think I have to act before the video goes live. That is a stupid thing to do.
That is my evil plan working. How do I make him fall over? I'll link the deal that's too good to be true to everyone else.
Do you know
He
what?
has to act.
I'm closing this.
Here's the thing, right? With how fickle your problem is. How deep your problem is.
Yeah.
It was only last weekend we went to a watch event
Oh, don't.
and you had your Amiga budget ready to buy something at the event. So you were willing to fall over and get
Yeah.
distracted.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the problem was there was a brand that wasn't quite ready but are doing an amazing Kickstarter, but I want it now.
Yeah.
And I think I've got to wait. Well, there's loads of watches that I'm waiting for. So that eradicated itself from being an immediate problem. There's one brand there that's got like a Swiss movement and it's pretty awesome. We'll probably talk about it in a future episode, so I won't ruin it. I really liked that, but there wasn't one there to sell me on the day. And then there was this awesome new brand, UK-based Swiss movement with like a Damascus
Oh, yes.
steel
Gorgeous.
dive watch.
Yeah.
Not on the day. So, AJ, I left that with going, I'm frustrated, but I'm safe. They didn't take any of my Amiga budget.
Here's how I am, and I think you are as well, and I think a lot of the viewers will be with buying watches. It's like I'm happy to fall in love with any watch, and I'm happy to buy any watch, more than happy, hence being an addict. But the big thing that sways me, and it might be wrong, the big thing that sways me, I've got to fall in love with it, and I've got to feel like I'm getting some kind of deal.
Yeah.
I've got to feel like there's some value in this as well.
Oh, do you want to talk about the weirdness of that?
Well, I just go from my perspective as well, sharing your struggle of like, I've got goals and I'm easily distracted and things keep cropping up.
Yeah.
That event was one of those things where I was going to be happily distracted and I'll happily fall over at this,
Yeah.
maybe spend $1,000 on something that I wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
But there was a lot there that I wanted to see. There was a lot there that I did like, but no one was doing any deals.
No.
And maybe that's wrong of me, and you can let me know if I'm wrong. It's fine.
Oh, you're not supporting the industry, pay full price.
We've gone out of our way. We've driven 5 hours to this event It's a long way.
Yeah, hotel,
all the rest of it. They have obviously some expenses attached to being at the event. It wasn't a particularly razzle-dazzle thing. It was just a table with a cloth over the top of it and some watches on it for like 40 brands. It's not particularly a big production. But they're saving all the logistics and the sale costs by being there. And they know that they are moving watches on to people that are definitely going to buy at this event.
Yeah.
Other industry events that we go to, like different industries, the big reason for enthusiasts to attend them is the idea of being able to get some kind of deal.
Well, it's more than just a deal, isn't it? When I think of the other exhibitions that we go to for different industries for work, there is a brand ambassador celebrity that will sign something of their product range for you. There is a heavy discount show release, which is like the equivalent to like a wholesale price. And then there's bundle deals.
Yes.
So there is always packages. Watches.
It feels like the watch industry, and I include the microbrands in that, haven't really caught on to what modern marketing is.
Yeah.
In my head, you go to those events run by different industries, they will sell things maybe at wholesale price. They're still making a small margin, but not nearly as much as if it was retail. But they know if 10 people buy this thing, that's 10 people that are going to be hands-on with it, talking about it, sharing their excitement because they feel really special. They got a really good deal. I got to meet someone from behind the brand. They really talked me through it. I have this whole amazing experience and I got a real bargain. Guaranteed I'm going to sell those watches.
Yeah.
That happens in other industries, and they know that it's great advertisement for them. It's free, organic marketing. Watches, it was... I don't want to be too dismissive of everyone, but it felt like a lot of people that looked quite tired stood behind a table who weren't really interested in selling watches.
Well, it's funny because in the morning, I said to you, how much you going to spend today, do you reckon?
Yeah.
And you prepared £1,000.
Yeah.
Mental.
Yeah, like 1,000,
I'll probably
1,500
spend
quid. Yeah.
And I was saying that was the figure that I had in my head.
Yeah.
Like, I won't spend more than £1,000, and that should get me a pretty tidy watch at a show. It was, it was tough.
There was one watch in particular I really wanted to see. I don't want to name brands because I feel like I'll be kicking their heels out for no reason. But there's one watch in particular I really wanted to see, and the brand forgot to bring it. They've just launched this watch. They forgot to bring it, which, I mean, you've got one job, is to show watches.
And it was the one that you're probably most in danger of buying on the day, yeah.
And hint for everyone, I've talked about it at length on an episode on this channel. There's another one that I really wanted to see from a British microbrand, a beautiful watch, very famous, everyone knows it. Just, they said, here's a 10% voucher for our website, but they wouldn't take it off on the day. I was like, well, I'm stood here right now, ready to buy it. You're telling me if I go on your website, I can get, like, what are we doing? Just be better.
I tell you, that was the rough.
Yeah.
The smooth that goes with that was I met some of the owners behind the brand, and it gave me a real insight how just raw, like
rough and ready, yeah.
British watchmaking right now. If you've just got interested in watches right now, how lucky are you? You're literally able to meet the people that came up with the whole design concepts, or managed to source all the component parts to put together a British Swiss made or a British Japanese made watch. And you can meet the owner behind that whole brand at these events, which I think is incredible. And it does feel like you're right at the very beginning of something. Realistically, we know it's been sort of like the last 4 years.
It's really kind of taken off.
Yeah,
like
it's
COVID
really picked up.
Was the kind of catalyst.
Yeah, the real enabler was those kind of lockdown years.
Yeah.
Where we kind of changed our behaviour a little bit and maybe started thinking a little bit more homegrown.
And also, like, I think individuals, like, what do I really want to do? Like, when you're faced with these kind of like big cataclysmic events, people change dramatically. You think how many brands started around that time? It's like numerous, especially in Britain.
Yeah.
So I was really willing to be distracted from my goals. And that's how fickle I am with my goals. Like, I'm always looking for the distraction. If it's a good deal, then I'm really happy to be distracted. And I look at your problem right now with that Tag F1. It's a great watch. It's an iconic design. It's super comfortable. It's on a bracelet as well for $785. I would be distracted with that straight away.
Yeah, and forget to link it.
I might. It depends.
You don't need to.
It depends
link it.
how this afternoon
I probably
goes.
wouldn't link it because it really does put the pressure on me making a silly mistake. And this is the thing. I know I don't need it because it's very similar to the Aqua Racer that I just happen to have on now.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm kind of like, that is too good to pass. That's an incredible setup.
There's small details about it that I prefer. I prefer the dial. I think it's a cleaner look. You've got the coloured Tag Heuer logo on it rather than the stamped black and silver on that. I would argue that the F1's a more iconic look than the Aqua Racer, but I know some people will disagree with that. That's fine. I mean, arguably, they are very similar. They do the same thing. If you were to be really logical about it, you'd say, I'd let it go and keep focused on your goal. But none of this is logical. If we're going to be really logical about this, I can tell the time off my phone. Like, nothing about this collection, this hobby is logical.
I want to kind of surmise your advice, therefore. I'm working towards a long-term goal.
Yeah.
And I'm being hit with different obstacles along the way that are slowing up my watch purchasing.
Yeah.
There it is, Omega. It could be a year away. Could be 6 months away. It all depends on all the interruptions that come. Household disruptions.
Yeah, life. Yeah.
And watch disruptions. What should I do about it, AJ?
You want me to surmise what you should do about it? I would be just... If it was me, I would have been distracted by now.
I really appreciate your honesty.
If I was... And here's the thing, though. If it's me, I know what I'd be like. If I was advising a friend or a fellow watch addict, I would probably say, wait, if you've already got an Aqua Racer. But knowing that I would probably looking at it now. If you don't, I will.
Why would you say that?
I won't. I've already got an F1. I don't need a second. It's a problem.
It really is a problem. But obviously you're a watch addict, and although I asked for your advice, I won't take any of it because I know you're an addict. So
I'm very impulsive as well. And just to also kind of throw into the mix about taking my advice, I've sold 19 watches this year.
Yeah,
which shows you how many mistakes I make.
Yeah.
Numerous.
Well, one of those watches is the reason why I hesitate on this incredible deal. You had 2 Orises.
And why am I selling one of the Tudors as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a real thing.
So is it a case that you just want one from each brand in the world?
Not from each brand in the world. All of them.
From every brand.
Thousands
Is it
of
the
watches.
case that you just need one of every
One of
brand?
everything. Yeah, not one of each brand, but one of each type, maybe. I think the fact that I had this Aquis and then I got the Date Relief Aquis, and I looked at them both next to each other and I was like, why have I done that? It was a real kind of like a moment of like clarity of like, I'm not sure why I've done it because they're both very, very similar.
Yeah, I was so glad you did.
And oh yeah, I mean, it's great. It's great that you can enjoy it now, but also like I was like, which one do I prefer for me? And I'd always reach for this one. So I was like, why have I bought the second one? And now also with the Tudor Black Bay, I've got the Black Bay Ceramic Blue. I've also got the Black Bay 41, and next to each other, they look different, but the case shape's the same, the size is the same. Like they're objectively the same watch, really. So I like the Black Bay Ceramic Blue more because it's way more special than the 41. So having 2 that are very similar, I think having 2 watches that are very similar, you're going to lean towards one more than the other. In which case, why is this taking up oxygen and money if it's not getting wrist time?
Yeah.
So I think you have to have a bit of that with yourself. If you look at your Aqua Racer and the Formula 1 next to each other.
Well, I'd say my biggest danger, I mean, yes, it's it's potentially the same look and the same brand as the watch I'm wearing. So the Aqua Racer versus the F1, they're very samey. But the difference is, are they enough to make it an entirely different experience to put on that watch?
Remind me again, the F1 you're looking at, is it a chronograph?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's not a great deal of difference. Even the tachymeter.
Here's the thing I would say. Now, this is getting a bit technical. I would probably advise the F1 and maybe look at moving that one on.
Wash your mouth out.
I'm so sorry. I talk about selling a watch. How do you feel about selling watches? This is deep, everybody, because this goes really to a core problem.
My wife's asked me many times to sell some watches.
She's very sensible.
She's learnt the error of her ways.
That was an argument. No.
She really hasn't.
No.
I would never say that. I mean, I know at some point I must sell some watches.
Yeah.
But I guess that's why I'm a little bit more cautious with what I buy. Like, this is an incredible deal, and normally I'd just jump. But do I need another tag?
Quartz chronograph on a bracelet.
So I really want to fill the gap of an Omega. And the Tudor, I've kind of put off the Black Bay Pro for a minute, going, well, I've already got a Tudor, so I'm okay with one in the stable. And I think just work towards Omega.
Yeah, okay.
But, you know,
I can't argue with that.
I probably won't get there because there'll always be something. You know, the other day there was a Bell & Ross and I was like, I still need...
I'd love a Bell & Ross.
I messed up big time on a Bell & Ross once, and you know.
Please tell me about that.
I don't want to talk.
I love bringing that story up as much as possible because I know the bruises still sting. No. So remind me, just remind me again.
I don't want
just
to remind you.
so we don't, you know, it was
AJ. The palms are sweating. Please stop.
It was the GMT with the Coke bezel,
the best one.
The best one. It came out last year.
Mm-hmm.
Goldsmiths. I'm just getting this right. Goldsmiths had it for like
it was Goldsmiths
2,000 and something, isn't it? It was like half price. 2-1. And you hesitated.
I was just thinking about it.
A bit like now.
And
this is the problem with distractions, right? Because all of us watch addicts have past experiences of hesitating.
Yeah.
I know, I'll be sensible and think about it. And then you come back in a day or two and it's gone, or they've taken it out of the sale or something.
I can go back.
Oh, no.
To 2005.
Oh, no. These hurt. These really hurt.
And I could have bought a Rolex Submariner for less than my bimetal Breitling Chronomat. I mean, it was like 500 quid less.
But that's deeply upsetting.
Yeah. But
whereas like the Breitling has probably stayed around the same price as if you were to sell it, around the same price you bought it for.
Yeah, not really a great change.
Rolex Submariner has probably doubled in.
Yeah. Yeah, it has, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I remember when you introduced me to this watch addiction, probably 15 years ago or so, something like that, too long ago.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
I hope you're okay. Please change the way that you word that in future because it does sound like I created the problem.
Well, you were like, here, have a go. It was a bit like heroin.
You'd already owned a watch before then, so you were...
That's true. I had a Casio before then. Yeah, that's fine.
You were kind of already on the way.
And you were like, actually, I remember how the addiction started. I was always a bit like, I don't know how I'd feel about spending that much money on a watch. And you were like, telling me all the reasons, you know, all the kind of fluffy, fairy reasons why watches are beautiful.
Yeah.
And I couldn't quite get it. And then I found myself looking out of curiosity, and you were like, just get yourself like something cheaper that will, you know, you'll see if you like it and you wear it every day. My brother really likes TW Steel. This is how you got me addicted. And I was like, oh, do you know what? Yeah. So I bought a TW Steel, it was a couple £100, and I really liked having this watch. And then people asked about the watch I was wearing. I was like, oh, well, that's quite nice. And people were talking to me about watches.
Yeah.
And then very quickly found myself
into Breitling.
Buying a Breitling. And the addiction started. Yeah. But around that time, Rolex Daytonas were,
So
I think they were 10,
yeah.
9 or 10 you could get them for, bimetal Daytonas.
2007, I was offered a gold Rolex Daytona.
Oh.
It was pre-owned, but only
Yeah,
maybe
doesn't matter.
6 months to a year old.
Especially if you know the person that owned it.
Yeah. So it was a good friend's watch, bought from the local AD, but he goes through watches. He's got a great addiction and a great financial budget for that addiction.
Good.
So buys everything.
Yeah.
But has a fantastic relationship with the AD. So
I bet he does.
He can pick up watches that he loves that the rest of us can't get. You know, if he wanted the stainless Daytona, he can get the stainless Daytona.
How much did he offer the Daytona to you for?
I'm pretty certain it was 10 on the nose. Which...
That's deeply upsetting.
Yeah. But they didn't move for a long time.
No.
They kind of floated.
No, I remember them
But
being around
that's
12.
The gold Daytona now, I reckon, is probably closer to the 20 mark, 18 grand, something like that.
For certain. I was going to say it was probably 25.
I don't even look now.
No, I don't.
Because
no.
it's just something where I know once you get into that kind of money, I don't want to park that much in a watch.
Here's a question for you. One of the big watches that I'm waiting for, the kind of, for you got the Omega in your head. For me, it's very similar to the Daytona. So I want to ask you a question, and your viewers as well. You have a choice between a Rolex Daytona or the Zenith Chrono Sport.
Oh, I'm going Zenith Chrono.
Yeah, same. That's what I'm aiming at.
Yeah.
I think the movement's more special in my mind. The El Primero movement's way more special.
Yeah.
And
Rolex, for so many reasons, Rolex.
Yeah,
you can't even fake it. There's for so many reasons you go Rolex.
But like your problem with this tag, and we're saying there's like the logical answer, and then there's the heart answer.
Yeah.
And like logically, you go, logically, go to the Rolex. Rolex will be better.
Yeah.
Because it'll appreciate and and everyone knows it.
Yeah.
But I'm a watch addict. I love the watch, and I love the Zenith watch more.
Yeah. Well, that's because you know.
Yeah.
But for those that don't know, you go for the obvious result. But and you'll still get people go, is that a Rolex?
It doesn't matter what watch you wear. I know it's an old friend of mine. I was on the phone to him recently, and watches came up. I think I may bring it up for everyone. It's just always there, isn't it? And talking about being into watches now, and he's like, "Oh, have you got a collection?" Then I was like, "Yeah." And we're on like a video call, so I show him, and he's like, "Oh, is that a Rolex?" I'm like, no, there's no Rolexes here. Wash your mouth out, you dirty.
Yeah. No.
So I hung up on him and blocked his number.
100% Rolex will appear in both collections.
I don't know.
It's got to because I want the Sea Dweller too much to not.
Oh yeah, I don't want the Sea Dweller.
No, but you'll go for the birth year watch.
Probably.
Right,
Yeah.
we'll send it to Marshall, the wristwatch revival.
It'll be a beautiful story.
We'll make a whole story for it. And I'm going to go for the Sweet Sea Dweller. So that's the thing.
And to be fair, you can get them for similar prices. I think the GMT Pepsi, my birthday, I'm not going to say it again because it ages me horribly, I saw them for about 12, but I know I'm in for at least $1,000 just to get it serviced, the movement serviced. But I don't want Rolex to do it because I don't want the bezel. I want the bezel to be patinaed. I want the age. But it's a stack. Here's the thing, and that's my problem with them. It's a stack, and there's bigger problems. I guess we could do episodes about it in the future. Of like when you get there, that's a problem.
It is a problem, and every time we've talked about it, you keep saying stupid, sensible stuff like "let's buy a property."
Actually,
and then I question, like, do I even know you?
Friendship. Wash your mouth out.
Oh, we could rent it and it will earn money.
And it will actually appreciate, not like the fake appreciation of watches.
Yeah, but I'm happy with the fake appreciation of watches.
I recall like going back to when you introduced me and you were like, oh yeah, and the value and and it go up in price and stuff. And you hear so many people say it. And you're like, yeah, have you sold a watch ever? No one. And when you come to sell watches, like, oh, right, I've got to sell them privately in order to get anything close to this appreciated value.
Yeah, no, it's
Try
not
and
real.
sell it to a reseller. Sell it to a watchfinder or a jeweler's or something. Yeah.
You're going to be in a world of hurt.
You're going to be in a world of pain. So, your problem, back to you. What are you going to do? Because here's the thing.
It depends if you're really posting the link.
I will post this link. Whether I post it to that listing or not depends on whether the listing is still there or not.
Okay. I really need to think about it, but I hate the urgency part of that thinking. And then I think, am I doing a Norris mistake like you made? Because the difference is I don't mind taking advantage from your loss.
Yeah,
but
fair.
I don't want to make a loss.
Yeah, okay.
And it will probably be the first watch I sell. It's really tough.
I would genuinely recommend that you get that and sell that one.
Oh.
I think that's more iconic. But this is my personal opinion. It's not like based off anything.
Yeah.
I think the F1 is a slightly more iconic look. You're getting it brand new for like half price. And that's probably got that amount of value in it. The Aqua Racer. So here's the thing. For your current situation, not talking like book value, but for your current financial situation, you could be net zero on the spend if you've sold that for the same amount. So basically, you get the F1 for free. You no longer have an Aqua Racer, though.
So thanks for joining us for this episode of
Are you off to?
the Watch
You're rushing
Addicts
off
Talk.
to eBay.
You're making me feel a little bit sick inside. Okay.
That's fair.
I'm struggling with it. The internal pressures are creating the need for a movement.
Downward pressure.
Um,
Just remember, just chill out about it, okay? And remember
Yeah.
all the times that you watched watches at good prices and didn't buy them.
I know, and that is the problem. That is the problem, because every time I'm like, I should buy that. I should buy that. No, you're being stupid. And then it sells, and the most gutting thing is when you go back and you look at listing and it's no longer there.
Or if it's a jeweler's like this is, they put it on in a sale and then you never see it at that price again.
Like the Bell & Ross.
Like the Bell & Ross. And now all we see is at RRP and you're like, oh, it's like $4,500. I could have got it for half of that and I didn't.
I hear you.
And then like years later, you're still looking at it going, maybe wonder if they'll drop it in price. And here's the thing as well. Once that fever's worn off and you're just left with the resentment, the guilt, dirty feeling. If it came up in a sale now, would you buy it? This is a really interesting question.
The Bell & Ross?
Yeah.
I think I'd jump at it. If I could get it at that price
I don't know
now,
if it's tarnished the emotion of it in your head.
No,
still.
I need it.
No, right.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I need that watch to
This-
complete me.
There's sometimes I find, and you'll probably share this, that when I get that kind of feverish feeling,
Yeah.
when something looks too good to be true, sometimes if I just wait and leave it, and then I come back to it, in
The
a couple of weeks,
excitement's not the
the
same.
excitement's gone,
Yeah,
and I'm
no,
like, do you know what? I did right not getting that.
There was a Frederick Constance
Yeah,
that I felt like that with.
yeah.
It was in the sale and I was like, I should get it.
Is it the skeletonized one? Yeah,
Yeah.
it looked cool.
And I was kind of like, I should buy it. That's so good a deal. It won't ever be that again.
Freelancer, isn't it? It's called.
And like literally now, I think, yeah, I'm glad I didn't buy that.
Yeah.
But it's very rare that I'm glad I didn't do something.
Yeah.
Very rare. Normally I'm kind of like, oh, that was a stupid price. I knew I should have acted. Almost like I have the mindset of a flipper. Like there is so much value left in that watch that there's a profitable margin.
Yes.
Which for some reason, because I don't sell watches, makes me more comfortable with enjoying it because I know there's wriggle room in it.
100% agree with you. And it's not about selling them. And that goes back to that point made earlier of like, I can fall in love and I can happily buy any, but I'm even happier when I feel like there's a little bit of value in there that I've saved. maybe it's a feeling of security that I'm not just throwing my money up a wall. Or there's part of us that always, I think part of us all loves a bargain, don't we?
But I think if you're one and done, you're probably not thinking like that at all.
No, yeah,
I think it's because I'm looking at having more in the collection.
Yeah.
That the scary thing is looking across one row of watches,
Counting it up, it's horrible.
and thinking of the total tally.
Yeah, don't do that.
Whereas
to yourself.
at least when you get to the end of the row, you can play the game of, I saved 500 there, 200 there, whatever it might be.
A much happier game to play.
Yeah, and I think that's how I make it work in my head.
Yeah.
And then I don't feel so vulgar for having a collection.
It is the justifications of an addict. Yes, I needed this because it was half price.
Mm.
If you took it away from watches and gave it another name, you'd say you've got a problem. But
it's you're gambling no different to slot machines or any other type of gambling.
yeah.
It's as bad as what people spend on the horses.
yeah.
I'm just doing it into this thing.
No, I'm with you though. When I feel like there's like a margin in it, then I feel really happy. I feel very confident in buying it. I feel like I've kind of stolen it almost. Like I get excited, a little bit shifty. So that F1 that you're looking at poses a massive problem. Mainly, it distracts you from your goal, but it's such good value that if you like that watch, I guess maybe that's the point. If you like that watch, get that watch. Because the other thing is a dream, it's not real.
Yeah.
You can make that tangible right now and not lose anything on it.
So it is the right time to buy.
Every time's the right time to buy. I don't know. What a roller coaster.
I feel like I just go around in circles with it though, AJ. I really do.
And I'm not helping.
And you've not helped.
No.
So I guess the guidance here is make sure you always buy a good watch because it will always get you home.
And if you get a bad watch, let me know because I will definitely buy it off you.
Yeah. And if
At
you're
a
looking,
discount.
if you're looking for something else to do, you could subscribe and stuff or watch this one. And if you're on Spotify, I'm just pointing aimlessly. So what I should be saying on Spotify is go down there and hit 5-star review because it's been a great show.
Obviously. Bye.